By ICE is sharing her concerns about the conditions of the holding facility in downtown.
State Senator Kathleen Blakespear took a tour of the Tijuana River Valley today. More on what she wants to do on the sewage crisis.
A growing frustration for the Ocean Beach community.
It looks run down, abandoned, dilapidated. It's not appropriate in this neighborhood.
We're working to find out what's going on with a long-abandoned neighborhood market.
Are you paying more than your neighbor for the exact same groceries? It could be due to surveillance pricing.
What to do with all the pumpkins from Halloween and Thanksgiving? I've got a great idea. You can help sanctuaries around San Diego.
San Diego's Ronald McDonald House is about to give away a luxury car and $10,000. How raffles like these help families like the Camaras.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
It was injustice. It was like illegal. It was scary.
Tonight we hear from a Ukrainian woman detained by ICE and her husband as they raise concerns about the conditions inside the downtown federal holding facility. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Stephanie Simmons, in tonight for Marcella. CBS 8 has been covering the conditions of that facility for quite some time now. Victoria Bulavina experienced it firsthand after she was arrested during her green card interview last week, despite having legal status.
CBS 8's Abby Black sat down with Victoria and her husband to hear their side of the story.
1 week ago, Ukrainian mother Victoria Bulavina was detained here at the downtown federal courthouse and then transferred to Otay Mesa and released on Tuesday. Today, she's sharing her concerns about the conditions of the basement of the ICE holding facility here in downtown, claims that are drawing congressional attention as more detainees come forward.
2 days ago, Victor Carroll recorded his wife's release from the Otay Mesa Detention Center.
She's happy to be home.
But Victoria Bulavina is shaken. She says that she spent 3 days in the downtown ICE holding facility after being detained during her green card interview.
Was no opportunity to sleep, to change your clothes, to brush your teeth, shower, nothing for 3 days.
Her husband translates her description of the cold conditions, expired food, and no privacy.
The toilet that's inside the room, there's a window for the guards to see on the door, so it is uncomfortable. So the women would stand up around the one who needed to use the bathroom.
They shared the notice to appear that she received when she was released. It says that she overstayed her authorization, but the couple and her attorney say that she complied with all immigration procedures.
You remain in the United States beyond September 15, 2024 without authorization. This is not true.
Ironically, her TPS, a temporary protected status extension, was approved the same day that she was released, but she still must appear in court. Victor's a U.S. citizen fighting cancer. Victoria is his primary caretaker. We've been covering mounting concerns about the downtown facility. In October, local Democratic Congress members were denied access. Last month, a delegation toured it, but suspected it was clean for their visit. Congressman Scott Peters sent CBS 8 this statement. In part, he says, arresting people who follow the legal immigration process, like my constituent Victoria Bulavina, is wrong, cruel, and hypocritical. He says that she was not detained legally and has co-sponsored legislation to restrict arrests at green card interviews. ICE has not responded to our request for comment. Victoria hopes the agency will admit this was a mistake. For now, the couple's just relieved to be reunited.
We're touching each other, all the time to make sure, like it's for real.
Abby Black, CBS 8.
What did it feel like for you? It's being called one of the worst environmental issues in the country. And today, State Senator Kathleen Blakespear didn't just hear about the Tijuana sewage problem, she smelled it for herself.
And that is no fun. CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Imperial Beach with what Blakespear says she's fighting for now. Alex.
Yeah, Carlo, no fun at all. It was a very smelly day today as State Senator Kathleen Blakespear took a tour of the Tijuana River Valley. What she's trying to do is attract more attention from local, state, and federal leaders to get more funding to end the sewage crisis.
It's been an ongoing issue for years.
Every day, millions of gallons of raw sewage flow in from Mexico into the Tijuana River Valley, creating a foul smell and horrible air quality for anyone who lives near it.
I think it's truly revolting. It's horrible.
State Senator Catherine Blakespear, who represents North County,
They talked in the hearing just today.
took a tour of Saturn Boulevard, a hotspot for the sewage stink, as she reacted to smelling it for the first time.
It does smell terrible.
Senator Blakespear says she wants to bring more attention to the issue and get more local and federal funding for what she calls the biggest environmental crisis in the country.
I mean, it's not going to be solved with air filters, right? It's going to be solved upstream, upriver, where we actually build wastewater treatment facilities that can handle this.
This is really an issue.
In La Jolla this morning, Senator Blakespear, who is also the head of the California Assembly Environmental Safety and Toxic Materials Committee, held a state hearing on a probe into the Tijuana River sewage crisis.
We need to shine as much light on this as we can. We need to bring attention to it. We need to say that there are solutions that we can implement, and we just need to elevate it.
The hearing also had time for public comment. One man who lives in the South Bay didn't hold back.
My community is being poisoned. You want me to bring my 4-month-old granddaughter to my house to live in a cesspool? This is nothing but performative junk.
Senator Blakespear says she wants to see more involvement from the federal government to be tougher on Mexico to solve the sewage crisis.
We can't let Mexico off the hook. We also can't let our federal government off the hook. Our federal administration is forcing a lot of changes in their relationship with a lot of countries, and this needs to be the top priority when it comes to what is it that we're negotiating with Mexico.
Senator Blakespear is just adding her name to the growing chorus of elected officials who have come to the River Valley to try to attract more help and more attention from the federal government to try to end this sewage crisis as quickly as they can. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney, CBS 8.
Gross. All right, Alex, thank you. Tonight on Capitol Hill, a contentious debate over the future of the cost of health care.
It's a debate that's stretched for years, and as CBS 8 State Matters political reporter Jenny Hu reports, it was the key reason for the longest federal government shutdown in history.
Two major votes in the Senate today on whether to extend Obamacare premiums set to sunset at the end of this year. Both were unsuccessful, meaning the cost of health care remains in limbo.
A proposal by Senate Republicans.
The motion is not agreed to.
And a proposal by Senate Democrats.
The motion is not agreed to.
Both failed 51-48 on Thursday, largely along party lines.
Plain and simple, it's because Republicans in Congress have refused to get serious about health care.
California Senator Alex Padilla had harsh words for the GOP alternative to extending Affordable Care Act premiums.
It's an unserious proposal, and it puts lives at risk.
The proposal pushed for depositing money directly to consumers into health savings accounts of those under the lowest tiers on state exchanges. It also blocked using that money on abortion or gender transition procedures. The Democratic proposal pushed to extend the ACA tax credits for 3 years.
And the most common question I hear is, what am I supposed to do? And I don't have good answers for them.
Jessica Altman is with Covered California, California's insurance marketplace under the ACA. Altman has been warning that because fewer tax credits mean higher premiums, monthly premiums for their near 2 million enrollees are expected to rise an average of 97%.
Less people are coming in and enrolling. New enrollment is down more than 30% compared to the same time last year.
Covered California says as of early December, more than 1.8 million Californians have enrolled, most of them renewing for 2026 coverage. Meantime, the House is considering its own path forward.
I've been working with a bipartisan group of lawmakers to actually find a compromise solution that will stave off the worst outcomes here.
Republican Congressman Kevin Kiley co-introduced a bill to extend the subsidies for 2 years while putting a cap on eligibility and tackling insurance fraud.
I do believe there is majority support in the House for a short-term extension that includes significant reforms to control costs and to root out fraud.
But Democratic Congressman John Garamendi disagrees, criticizing Republicans.
No, I do not hear any bipartisanship. They cannot bring themselves to vote for anything that would extend the Affordable Care Act or has anything to do with the Affordable Care Act.
If there was a will, I'm sure we could find a way. We're just not there yet.
Now, members of the House are also signing discharge petitions, which would force a House vote on those ACA subsidy extensions. Jenny Hu, CBS 8.
Thanks, Jenny. A breakthrough discovery in the fight against aggressive treatment-resistant cancers is made right here in San Diego.
We've got those details still ahead. Plus, you may be paying more than your neighbor for the same product without even knowing it. We're going to share tips on how to avoid so-called surveillance pricing.
And later, we're working for you, trying to figure out what's going on with this blighted building in OB.
Temperatures right now widespread in the 60s, but that was not the case earlier today. We were still locked into the heat despite the Santa Ana winds that have calmed down. And we also had our third day in a row of some record temperatures in our county. We'll take a look at just which spots hit that record coming up.